From Pensacola, Florida. That's the area I grew up in, and I've known about this guy for a long time, and now the boxing world is learning all about him too. And it's the king, Amir King Khan. He's Bolton's finest. Watch for those hands tonight. They are as fast as they come.
Look at this. These fighters are so up for it. Look at that.
And now we toss it up to the world-renowned ring announcer, Mr. Jimmy Lennon Jr.
This bout is scheduled for 12 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner, introducing the newly crowned champion, holding a record of 22 wins, no losses, 20 big wins coming by way of knockout. Here is the young, undefeated, and newly crowned IBF middleweight champion of the world, known as Captain Hook, introducing Roy Jones Jr. Fighting out of the blue corner from Bolton, England. Here is the Olympic silver medalist, one of Britain's youngest ever professional world champion, a unified 140-pound champion of the world, introducing Amir King Khan.
And this one has all of those big fight feels you want from a prize fight. Here we go.
This is the night. Everybody's looking forward to this night. The heat, the atmosphere, you could cut it with a knife.
What a great venue and what a great matchup. Cannot wait for this one. And there's the bell to start the round. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Both men step back for just a moment. And misses with that jab. That uppercut just missed. With so much hype surrounding this match, I wonder if it can actually live up to the hype.
You can walk into an arena and be the hero. The pressure, the expectation, the desire from the fans. You can't get away from it. Ignore them. Lock it off. I know it's hard. I can hardly hear you, Todd. You've got to ignore them. Get on with your job.
Halfway through the round, and I don't know who's got the advantage. Great stuff. When are we going to see a jab from these two?
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
And missed with that jab. Fighter relies a lot on their instincts and reaction time. You've got to get in there quick to punch your opponent before he gets his fist back to block.
Todd, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be on this. You've got to be on it. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think right. Concentrate.
Very close round with 10 seconds to go. The game plan. They ring the bell, and here we go. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him. Tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
This fight has a real good flow to it. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. This fighter's always on their toes, trying to get their opponent rattled, get them off kilter, get them out of their rhythm.
If you want to corner an outside fighter, make them fight off the rope because they don't want to do that. They don't want to stand still. They want to move left to right. Pin them down. Throw a blanket on them.
Pretty close fight here in this round.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other because no one dare do anything out of turn.
That counter shot lands. That right uppercut misses. The straight right just misses. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Nice counter. Well, we know they've got the advantage so far, but how does this match get turned around?
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this is too easy. If they keep this same kind of pace up, they've got this fight.
Good round. I like that. Good round.
Don't let him back in the front. Wet round. Just keep him on the other end of the...
We're hoping for an all-action slugfest. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
A lot of people love watching fighters in this weight class because they've got the speed and they've got the power. It doesn't always pay to be first. It pays to be last. Looking to land the hook. These two were made for each other. This has been a very competitive round between these two.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
This fighter's certainly not going to outthrow their opponent by any means, but they will, when they hit, be a lot harder.
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
They won't give us a second to catch our breath. Punch, counter punch. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. How about that time counter shot? We're hoping for an all-action slugfest. Coming off that fantastic last round, let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Catch and shoot.
You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. It's the wrong place to fall asleep.
Halfway through the round, and there's not a lot separating these two. One punch could change anything when these two step in the ring.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Well, Johnny, has anything surprised you here as we enter the final frames of this bout?
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when they catch you.
Walk away from each other and then run right back into trouble. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. I promise you, all three judges here are going to give that round to you-know-who.
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as the fighter, and the cornerman's got to put a firecracker on that fight to get out there and get the job done.
They ring the bell, and here we go. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
Swing and a miss with that jab. Well, Johnny, we're in the early stages here. What have you seen so far?
Look back in the history books. Some of the best fighters in the world were the middleweights. Yes, the glamour division is the heavyweights, we know. But I'm telling you now, you look right there. These guys are on it. Fast, sharp, powerful. But it hurts, and you can imagine that being you. They're the size of an average man.
Nice exchanges from both men in this round. And a nice left hook.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
And just as quickly as it slows down, it heats back up. Does not score. The straight right just misses. And this round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Perfect counter shot. That was almost a 10-8 round. Complete dominance. And there's the bell to start the round. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. You can't afford to make one single minor mistake.
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, thinking, you've just got to be smarter than him. You've got to be like a little fag of a brick.
Jab doesn't find a home. Shots from both of these fighters. Got to be careful, though. We're at the halfway point of this round, and both of these fighters have had their moments. Still could go either way.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Shot a match made in heaven.
They call it the chin. How strong is your chin? Do you have a glass chin? These are things that can affect the fight.
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong, because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
Nice counter. Back and forth they go. They both want a highlight reel knockout. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. down big time on the scores.
The bell, sometimes it can be the sweet.
We're hoping for an all-action slugfest. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
In the early rounds of a fight, you'll see two boxers feel each other out, test each other's power, and I think this boxer has decided I can walk through anything that lands.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for these point areas, over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim and go for speed.
Catch and shoot. One punch could change the entire complexion of this fight. You gotta like what you're seeing as we reach the halfway point of this round. This is one of the best rounds I've seen this year.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other, because no one dares do anything out of turn.
Straight right just misses. His jab just got blocked. That big hook doesn't land. Nice counter shot. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. This is the time. And there's the bell to start the round. After that last round, something has got to change.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Well done with that counter shot. So far, it seems like aggression has been the key. This fighter just not slowing down.
The middleweights are the best you can ever come across. Obviously, the glamour weight is a heavyweight, but the middleweight is the size of the average man or woman. When you get in there and you're letting the shots go, you've got power, you've got speed, you've got pace. You can stand, you can dance, you can do everything. We can look back in history. Do you know the amazing fights at middleweight are ridiculous? That is what writes our history book.
Real good back and forth between these two fighters. Big hook. Good thing it didn't land.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judge.
Does well to block that left jab. Big hook doesn't land. Jab does not score. Counter punch. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Pretty dominant. They ring the bell, and here we go. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
God, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round. Everything works. Wait for the reaction.
Pensacola's finest is down. And as we see it again, there's no way to get up when you get clipped with a shot like that.
Even I've got to see that again. Where did that come from?
1, 2, 3, 4. You still want to fight?
back on their feet, but how long will they stay there?
Hard, he's up. I'll be surprised if he makes it back to the corner. And if he does, will he get back up on the stool again? That was a shot.
If you're a power puncher, you're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard they are.
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Pretty good start the first half of this round.
No doubt at all. You can see it's a bit of a mouse.
That counter shot lands. Big hook thrown, but it doesn't connect. Swinging big and missing big with that hook. The referee taking a look here, and if the fighter can't see, the fighter can't fight. Wow, so the referee is not going to stop it, and the fight continues. Total dominate. You gotta wonder how big of a factor that knock. They ring the bell, and here we go. He couldn't finish him off in the last round. Let's see what this has in store for us.
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
Nice counter shot. That left hook misses. As we enter the final frames of this bout, Johnny, what have we seen so far?
What?
Roy Jones Jr. Oh, my word. Down goes RJJ. That body shot right there paralyzed him and won him the fight.
I need to see that again.
So time to go celebrate after a knockout win here.
Well, there's no argument right there. You say it. Night, night.